You know, what got me involved in that was a relationship that was developed over months, and it culminated in me negotiating for a United States hostage, which is, you know, to everyone's, you know, to all the people that are criticizing me, yeah, I agree. It's not what most people do. And because of my relationships and, you know, the ties that I had within that organization, they wanted to use me to facilitate her release.
And in your view, Toby, what happened to make them suddenly come out in quite some number, actually, and arrest you, take you away, and effectively lock you up for 14 months?
That's what happens when you know as much as the United States government and you have emails implicating them in Kayla Mueller, you know, in the hostage negotiation with me. I told the FBI, the head of the FBI, the supervisory senior resident agent that I was talking to, I told him, these gentlemen know who I am, and I've been dealing with them for almost 6 months now. I said, you know exactly who I am, you know exactly who I'm talking to. And they said that they didn't want any FBI funny business. And I said, all you're going to do by telling me to stand down and trying to go around me to negotiate with the same people is you're going to get yourself exposed and you're going to get her killed in the process. And that's exactly what happened. It wasn't because of what I did, it was because of what I knew.
Toby, do you ever think you got in way too deep for car salesman in Delaware?
I think I was in way over my head at the beginning. But at the end, I knew exactly what I was dealing with, and I knew exactly what I was doing. And like I said, I had been involved with the FBI for over 4 months on a daily basis sometimes.
They incarcerated you, Toby, and it was an unpleasant experience because it was partially jail and partially medical supervised jail. Just what was the incarceration like?
Well, when they first took me in, I was put in isolation, basically, and they call it the hole. I was put in the hole for almost 6 months straight at the beginning. And then they moved me multiple times to facilities, went from Philadelphia to New York to Oklahoma City, back to Philadelphia. I mean, they moved me so many times, and they cut my communications basically down to nil, and there was no justification by them as to why I was put in isolation, thrown in the hole for as long as I was. And they tried to say that I was delusional and making all this stuff up and all that. You know, that's a way for the United States to discredit people. If I would have told myself my own story without any factual evidence to back it up, I would say I was delusional. And the United States government had this information, but they didn't release it to the government doctors because they wanted the finding that I was delusional to discredit me. They wanted the fact that, and if found incompetent to stand trial, the government could hold me indefinitely. You know, we live in the United States. We don't live in Russia.
Looking back at what you were doing, do you think you were at least obsessed, that you kind of went too far? Can you at least see that from their point of view?
Yeah, maybe. I had a passion. Just like Kayla Mueller was passionate about going over there and helping children in that region. She had a passion to do that. Is she insane? No.
Toby Lopez, thanks for talking to us. Thanks for sharing your story.
Thanks, guys.